Yeah, so I'm about to bring out this last scripture because ultimately, this society is going to be destroyed for, promoting this witchcraft, man. Because ain't no way in hell no woman's supposed to be marching and bending over no man, asking for rights, to be whores, sluts, and for the white man to protect them against their husbands, you know. But this world gonna be destroyed for that shit.
The first march.
Salakia. All right, this is Second Ezra, chapter 15, verse 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein," right? Because this is happening all over the world, man. So destruction to you people. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, right? And that's nuclear missiles, man. Because a lot of these nations gonna be hit by thermonuclear missiles, including America. It says, "For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another." That's talking about race riots, man. Let's see what you women do in that time when the police not gonna be answering the phones because they're gonna be trying to protect their own homes and shit, man. It says, and swords in their hands, right? Swords can be a modern day gun, a knife. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men." Right. So what you see now happening is going to get 100 times worse to where these people going to be actually trying to kill a governmental officials, man, and invading one another. There's going to be a lot of home invasions. Since you women want rights and think y'all equal to men, let's see y'all stop a man running in y'all house. You know, it says, "And they shall not regard their kings," right, your presidents and stuff, "nor princes," your rap artists, your actors. It says, "And the course of their actions shall stand in their power," right? So a man gonna be able to do whatever he want to do during that time, man. It says, "A man shall desire to go in his city and shall not be able," right? Because a lot of these cities gonna be either held quarantined off, or militia's gonna take the city and have people, guarding the entrances and the exits, or you gonna have gangs doing it. It ain't gonna be no women out there doing it though. It says, "For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled." Right, and this is pride. They even have pride festivals for the LGBT. And it's a lot of LGBT people out there, man. So it says, "For because of their pride, because of that wicked ass homosexual, lesbian, bestiality spirit I got on y'all, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid." You're gonna have men out there that's gonna be afraid, man. So you women ain't gonna really have no protection unless y'all up under the men of Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. It says, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor." Just like how when fights break out and niggas be trying to beat each other to death, and you be having the women in the background screaming, or when the police be beating your son up or something, or pull out guns on him, and y'all be screaming, "Don't shoot him," and all that extra gay ass shit that y'all be on, that soft ass shit. We gonna see what y'all can do on that day, since y'all want to be equal to men. It says, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword," with guns, "and spoil their goods," right? So you're going to be getting your house ran in just to get your food, "because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation," right? It's going to be all types of shit going on during that day, man. It says, "Behold, the Most High, behold, said the Most High, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and Libanus, to turn themselves one against another." That's what's going on right now. That's why you see the nations getting together, gathering together in the Middle East, man, for the battle of Armageddon. It says, "And repay the things that they have done to them," right, to who? Israel. So, the Lord gonna have them fight and destroy each other off also. It says, "Like as they do yet this day unto my chosen, so will I do also, and recompense in their bosom. Thus saith the Lord power, my right hand shall not spare sinners, and my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth." Right? So, you people gonna get it, man. But yeah, I'm gonna end it right there, man.
The first marchers began arriving near the Capitol building before dawn. There were women and men of all ages from all over the country, a mix of ethnic, religious, and class backgrounds. Among the many first-time demonstrators was Janet Chen, who brought her 8-year-old daughter, Molly. They're worried about the Republican rollback of the Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare.
I have a heart defect, and I want to get health insurance when I'm older, but I might not be able to.
I think it's important that the next generation of little girls stand up for women's rights and realize that there's a real threat to women's rights in this country right now with the incoming administration.
Debbie Snowden came from North Carolina to support abortion rights and funding for Planned Parenthood.
And it's really important to me that they're going to probably reverse Roe v. Wade, take away abortion rights in this country. I'm very concerned. I'm at an age where I can remember us fighting for those rights, and it's really hard to believe we're in danger of losing.
While the overriding message we heard from people here was anti-Trump, the issues motivating marchers were as diverse as the crowds here. Anjum Khan from Maryland says she's concerned about Muslim rights and Trump's promise to ban Muslims from entering the country.
When he said he's going to eradicate Islamic terrorism, that's wonderful. Like, yes, please do that. But in doing that, don't trample on my rights.
Rohima Maya has marched on Washington before for civil rights and was among the protesters at the inauguration yesterday.
As a black woman with a 30-year-old black son that lives in New York City, it should be an issue for all people that our children are safe.
Judy Ames, a gay rights activist since the AIDS epidemic started in the 1980s, was here with a group of gay musicians.
But we just don't think that women's rights and civil rights and everybody's rights should be just trampled on and thrown away. It's ridiculous.
The march's wide-ranging policy platform advocated for economic justice for women, keeping abortion access safe and legal, immigration reform, police accountability, union rights, sex worker rights, and environmental protection.
Women matter. And we will not be shy about standing up to what matters to us. And here's what matters to me. That my daughter inherits a world where a healthy environment is a basic right for all of us.
March leaders like actress America Ferrera, whose parents are from Honduras, said their rights are under attack.
We are America. And we are here to stay. We will not go from being a nation of immigrants to a nation of ignorance.
You look great.
Longtime political activist Gloria Steinem called on the crowd to use their people power to keep a close eye on the new president.
Trump and his handlers have found a fox for every chicken coop in Washington, and a Twitter finger must not become a trigger finger.
Kristen Rowe Finkbeiner, the head of the group Moms Rising, called for equal pay for equal work.
Women make 80 cents to a man's dollar. Moms earn only 71 cents to a man's dollar, and moms of color earn as low as 46 cents to a man's dollar.
And activist filmmaker Michael Moore had this word of advice to the assembled women.
You have to run for office. You, yes, you.
Even if you're not sitting in the White House, even if you are not a member of the United States Congress, even if you don't run a big corporate super PAC, you have the power. And we, the people, have the power.
After the speeches, the protesters intended to march about 2.5 miles from near the Capitol along the National Mall to the White House, but they were unable to do that due to the size of their crowd. The same thing happened in Chicago, where 150,000 people turned up for a rally in Chicago's Grant Park. So many more than expected. In New York, some 200,000 people rallied outside the United Nations before marching through Manhattan in support of human and civil rights. In Los Angeles, tens of thousands of demonstrators converged on downtown's Pershing Square. Overseas, thousands of Trump